What's up, Jet fans? Elijah Vigo here at Vigo Sports Talk. Welcome back to the New Era Jets podcast. It's been a minute.
Hey everyone, welcome back. It's Michael. It's been a pretty busy summer for both of us, but I know as all Jet fans saw, we've had some pretty important news, so we had to jump back on here and break the news to you guys.
Sauce and Garrett here for the long term.
Perfect
It's
move for the
amazing.
new regime, in my opinion.
Yeah, perfect. They're both here until 2030, which is pretty crazy.
There,
They're
yeah,
um they're
there's no reason they're not both Jets for the rest of their.
yeah, exactly. Their contracts literally starts in 2026 because they're fifth. Wait, it's actually they're going to their final year next year, then their fifth year,
Mm-hmm.
and then the contract. So
Oh yeah,
this is a really good deal in my opinion. I know some people have like mixed opinions on Sauce, even though they're saying like, oh, he had a down year, he shouldn't be making more. He should be the highest paid corner.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, if you look up his stats, I don't have the picture of me right now, but I seen a stat where like no, like quarterbacks do not throw the ball at all.
Yeah.
Like I'm pretty sure.
I wrote down a couple
Yeah.
for Sauce that since he entered the league, he's had a 90.7 PFF grade, which is first out of anyone since those 3 years. He's
Hmm.
tied for first with 43 forced incompletions in those 3 year span. And then it's a 50.9% completion rate, which is also first. And then in his whole career, he's only given up 3 TDs. So my biggest thing is I saw a bunch of Jet fans going back and forth being like, maybe we overpaid. But yeah, he's the highest paid corner of all of history. I understand that. But if you're down here, like think about it, he got criticized all season and off season by all these NFL fans saying
Hmm.
wasn't top five. Some people were saying it wasn't top 10. I don't know if the rankings came out today and the league ranked him still as the top five corner in the league, and that's bashing him all year. Can't tackle, doesn't get picks, all this criticism towards him, and he's still looked at as a top five corner. And he even came out and said he had a down year. So if a down year for him is being top five in the league, that would be some corners career years. So
Exactly.
I don't think it was an overpay at all. I think it's amazing we locked him in. I think it sends a message to the culture that Glenn and Muji are building, and I'm so happy that we extended. I mean, back to back days, like can it get better than that?
Exactly. And I mean, I'm pretty sure, I guarantee you, before the season starts, it's going to change eventually. The corner money,
Oh yeah,
like who we got? McDuffie's still hasn't gotten paid. Witherspoon's going to get paid.
yeah.
Tariq
Witherspoon's gonna
Woolen.
get a bag too. I mean, it's the same.
I
It's
mean,
like people are saying. You saw T.J. Watt today. I think he signed 41
yeah,
million or something. Like
highest non-paid quarterback
all these
in NFL
non-quarterback
history.
positions are, they're becoming more valuable too, so the money is going up. But that's why it is smart that you get a hold of it, because I mean, we saw with Jamar Chase's, going into this, I didn't know what Garrett was going to sign for. I mean, everyone kind of had the idea it was probably going to be around that 30 mil mark, which I mean, that's ended up what it being. But it's hard, like you can't call it an overpay because you look at the rest of the league, like these are top talents in the league. Like Garrett is clearly a top. I personally think he's a top seven receiver, and I think
Me
Sauce
too.
is still a top three corner. So I wouldn't call it an overpay. And you look at their comparisons to the other receivers and the corners in terms of money, and it's just going to continue to grow. So you would much rather this get locked in now, because who knows if we would have waited, half this next season. You're looking at it could have cost us an extra 20, 30 mil combined. You know what I'm saying? So
Yeah,
like the Cowboys right now are going to be biting it because they're going to have to pay Parsons probably more than T.J. Watt just got.
yeah, yeah. That's what the Bengals did last year with Jamar Chase. They
Mm.
could have paid him last year for way more less. Now they're paying like 40 million.
And the same with T. Higgins. I feel like I personally thought they overpaid on Higgins too.
Yeah. For a he's still a good receiver. Don't get me wrong, but for wide receiver too, you could have gone for way cheaper last year if you just extended him.
Oh yeah, and I mean this wasn't part of the Sauce Garrett one obviously, but earlier in the offseason, like the first thing we did when we extended Sherwood, I think that was such a good move because I think he's gonna have another great year. I mean, I just had a quick stat from last year: 158 total tackles as a linebacker, and that was one of my first years actually being a full time starter. Like I think he's gonna have such a good year, and he signed a 3 year, 45 mil, so that's pretty good value in my opinion. I think he's going to continue to be great for us. So I'm really happy so far with at least these three moves that the new regime has made. Like, I mean, we could both say here, being as Jet fans, we are not used to us keeping, homegrown talent. Like dudes we drafted in, we have not been the best at extending them and keeping them, and it
Exactly.
usually ends up biting us in the back, and they end up leaving. So this is so good to see that even after all the offseason drama with, Oh, is Garrett Wilson going to get traded? Are we trading Brees? Like going into training camp right now, Brees is still on the team, and we just extended Garrett and Sauce. So I'm really pumped to see it, and I'm excited for training camp to get going too.
Yeah, I starts next week, right?
Yeah, I think it might be the 19th. It might be this upcoming week, and
Oh, yeah, I'm looking forward to it. I try to
oh
get
yeah,
tickets, but they I don't know if
yeah,
you've seen the tickets. It was like like at minimum like 5 minutes they just
they
sold
sold
out.
out so fast. It was insane.
Like I didn't even get a chance to like look at them. Like it just sold out
I
right off the
clicked
bat.
I loaded on and I clicked refresh, and by the time it refreshed, it was sold out, and I was like, all right, I'm not gonna even make it.
Yeah, I mean I'm trying to go to a preseason because I want to meet some of the Jets players
Oh
because
yeah,
what I want to see is I was gonna ask you because we still have a lot of players we got to extend. Quincy, Vera Tucker, Jermaine, Brees. Out of those four, who do you want at Jets long term?
well,
It's hard, I know.
realistic. So like in terms of bias, I guess like who I want the most. I think Jermaine Johnson's my answer. Like who I want us to extend the most because I made a post recently about like he is the definition of a leader. Like I think he's perfect to have in the locker room. I think what Glenn is trying to build with the team, I think he fits that perfectly. So I am hoping he has a great year. I think he will have a great year. So I do think he actually will get extended too. But in terms of like the nitty gritty of football and looking at positions and depth and everything, I think AVT would make the most sense if he has the year. I think he's going to have just because you look at it. I mean, O linemen are very hard to come by right now in the league. If you look at O linemen that actually stick, and I mean, I know AVT had some injuries, but he is only 26. And last year he ranked 15th out of 136 qualified guards in PFF grading. So he's shown he could play. We've moved him around a couple times, but I would like him to, stay like with the old line we have now. Knock on wood, no injuries. He should stay at right guard, which is where he, seems to thrive the most. So I would say AVT makes the most sense, but personally, I think out of those four, I would like to see Jermaine Johnson get extended first.
Yeah,
What
I
do you
mean with AVT. Yeah, I was gonna say with AVT, like I know like you said, I would rather have him stay at right guard. But let's say if a person goes down like right tackle, left guard, he's reliable. He's done good on like every
Mm-hmm.
position. But that's mainly that's because why I get injured because I'm switching to left
Oh,
guard,
exactly. Yeah.
right tackle. So I'd rather him switch to right guard, but I would definitely keep him. I would love to keep Quincy. I mean, he's also a really good locker room guy. Him and Jamie Short are a great duo in my opinion,
Oh, amazing.
and I think yeah, and it's good to see Quinn Williams and Quincy Williams on the same team, and even Giovanni Williams.
Oh, yeah.
I believe still in training camp. I can't imagine all three of them being on the same
Oh,
team.
that's got to be amazing in the locker room.
That would make history. That would literally make history. 'Cause
Yeah.
I don't think it's never happened.
Yeah, no, there's no way, especially three brothers and they're all on the defensive side too. That would be crazy.
Yeah, on the defense side, that's insane. But I would love to have Quincy here long term. And he's getting really underpaid in my opinion. So if he has a really good year like him and Sherwood, he's definitely gonna get extended in my opinion.
Mm-hmm.
And I love Brees. If we could find a way to pay those four players, I I would like it.
Oh yeah,
Me
no,
personally,
that's my fear with it is with how good of that draft we had. It's like it's going to be so hard to pay all of them, and that's where I feel like unfortunately I do think there's going to be like an odd man out where I don't want it to be like that, but the way I personally see it going is, like I said, I think AVT has a great year. I think we're going to extend him because it makes sense. If this O line shines the way that I think they will, you don't want to break that up. I think Jermaine Johnson's going to stand out once again like he was before he got hurt. So I'm going to think there's no question you got to extend him. And then with the year Quincy and Sherwood are going to have together as a linebacker duo, it's going to be hard to try to let Quincy walk. You know what I'm saying? So I just don't see how if those three go ball out the way that us Jet fans are expecting, I don't see how you can extend them. And that's why it sucks. Is like I don't want to say Brees might be the odd man out, but it's like I think Brees has so much on his shoulder right now. Like he's got probably such a chip going into this offseason. I think he's going to have a great season, but I also do think Braylon Allen's going to have more carries. And the thing is, if Braylon Allen shows that he could be a reliable running back, which I think he showed glimpse of it last year, then I think our regime might be a little more lenient to okay, maybe we can let Brees walk. Turn Braylon Allen into this, running back one, and then maybe pick someone else up in the offseason. So I don't know what we're gonna do there. I mean, like you said, if we could pay all of them, I'll be so happy because I still think Brees is one of the. I think he could be a top 10 running back. You know, if he stays healthy, if he fixes the fumbling problem, I think he's still one of the best. It's just when you got to pay all those dudes, it's one of them might get left out. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, yeah. I mean, I know we have a lot of good running backs. Braylon Allen, Brees Hall, Isaiah Davis. I don't know who's. Oh yeah, we also have Donovan Edwards from Michigan.
Exactly. Donovan Edwards might, he might show out in training camp.
Yeah. So I mean, it's gonna be hard. I mean, also we got upcoming stuff. We're gonna have to pay eventually. Like Will McDonald, he's going to his third year. So,
But
and if he has another good year, we're definitely gonna extend him.
yeah, he's gonna want a good amount of money too.
Yeah. I say about the amount of same amount of Jermaine.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. For me personally, I think Jermaine's gonna make so I know TJ Watt is makes the most for an edge rusher, 40 million, then behind him is Miles Garrett. And I don't know who's behind Miles Garrett. I'm not too sure.
Yeah, no, I'm not too sure about.
Always Crosby, I think.
Oh yeah,
Crosby, then
Crosby. He signed a pretty big one, didn't he?
yeah, then Miles Garrett beat him for the most money.
Mm-hmm.
So I think he's gonna make he could maybe make 30 million. Maybe if he has a really, really good year.
That's what I'm
Or maybe like 20 million.
because Jermaine right now the Jets are paying him 13 mil for this upcoming season. So it's like if he stays healthy, which I think hopefully he will, knock on wood, and I think he has the year like I said I'm anticipating him to have. I don't think it's crazy that he's obviously if he has a great year, which he should, he's probably going to want at least at minimum 20 mil a year plus. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So like if we could get him for maybe cheap value at like 26, 27, I just don't think he's a player you want to let walk. Now, if he unfortunately goes out there and he's not the same player before injury, which could well on happen, then yeah, it's one of those things. You kind of got to do what's best for the player and the team. But yeah, I think he's gonna have a good enough year where we're gonna have to answer some of those tough questions next offseason.
Yeah. I mean, even if he does good, I think he's gonna take a team-friendly deal. I mean, with the kind of player he is, he's a locker room guy. He's a true leader in my opinion, the
Oh
best
yeah,
leader in that locker room. So I don't think he's gonna hold out because Garrett and Sauce didn't hold out at all. So I think he's not gonna do the same.
oh yeah. That was another thing I wanted to bring up that I feel like is so big, like I keep saying with like the new regime where it's like us Jet fans have not been used to this. Where you look around the league, what's Terry McLaurin for example, I don't know if you just saw his quote I think it was yesterday. Like he's openly came out and said he's not happy with the way everything's getting handled with the Commanders. And it's like you look around, I know TJ Watt was holding out for a little bit. And it's like we had not just one, we had two dudes that were not getting like it didn't really look like a deal was maybe near, and Sauce and Garrett were still at every workout, every practice, everything, and there was really no negativity behind the scenes. They were kind of just doing their own thing, saying we like the new coaching staff, we like what we're building, like we'll worry about the money later, like we're here to work. And now it's like it's good karma. They both got the deals they deserved. I'm happy for both of them, but I think that is a testimony to what Glenn is building with the coaching staff, where they both could have got I mean, they easily could have sat out on this. You know what I'm saying? Like
Easily.
these aren't small deals. Like they were clearly looking for big money, and they both deserved it. And it's like we easily could have had to deal with another Jets off season of drama, sitting out, blaming the coach, blaming the owner, all this stuff. But instead, it was kind of smooth sailing, and now they're both signed. And it's like you could be like, look at the Commanders. They were a game away from the Super Bowl last year. You think everything's rainbows, and now your star receiver all of a sudden you guys aren't paying him. He's not happy, and now it's like you're kind of wondering what's going on there. You know what I'm saying? So I'm just really happy that that's not something we have to deal with, and it's finally feels good to have an off season once where it's like we're making smart moves. You know what I'm saying? Like we're making the smart and right moves for the Jets, not flashy moves that the league's gonna look at and be like, oh, you guys won the offseason like we did with Rodgers and everything, but these are moves that are going to help us in the long term.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to game one for sure
Oh, easily.
against Aaron Rodgers.
That would be
I'm
huge.
Yeah, it's gonna be a huge game. It's gonna determine if Justin Fields is gonna be the long-term quarterback,
Oh
I
yeah, there's
think.
gonna be that going into game one. I mean, I feel like there's so much pressure on Justin Fields,
Yeah.
but I think it's also such a good opportunity for the coaching staff and our team to, you know, we have no expectations going into next season. If we're being honest. I mean, all the betting companies have us at I think 5 wins. I saw a stat yesterday. They have us the lowest chance to win the AFC East. Like no one believes in us to even get over the 6-win hump. So I think they're all of our players should have a chip on their shoulder. But I'm excited. I mean, I can't sit here and say the Steel. I mean, the Steelers had a great offseason, but it still comes down to the same thing. You have a 40-plus-year-old Rodgers back there, still coming off an Achilles tear. So you know, I'm hoping our defense can hold him down. I think they can. I mean, he was in our locker room for 2 years, so hopefully we could scheme against him. But I think it will be such a good game to open the season, and I think, like you said, it will answer some questions about, is Fields going to be able to be that guy for us, or is he going to come out there with some nerves and everything?
Yeah, it's gonna determine. I think Aaron's gonna have a chip on his shoulder too
Oh, easily.
after Glenn, quote unquote, how he made him fly all the way to
Yeah.
New Jersey just to say you're not on the team anymore. Like, I mean, and then for him to go on the Pat McAfee show, just call us out,
Yeah,
and then call us
exactly.
out again
I
about
think it's great
our run
though for
game.
I think it's great for both sides because there's clearly tension there. Like you got Fields, who, in my opinion, I think we all can agree he got done dirty at with the Steelers. He was 4-2 as a starter.
Easily.
Like he should have not got pulled. He got pulled. That's whatever. And then you got Rodgers, who, yeah, he had a good year. I'm not going to say great, but I'm not going to say bad. It was what it was. He could have made more plays, could have, whatever. And now he goes to the Steelers. So it's like now you're flip flopping quarterbacks, and it's like clearly both dudes are going to have a chip on their shoulder. Both teams are going to play with a chip on their shoulder because you're going to back up your quarterback. So I think it kind of just builds the entertainment for a nice week one matchup where it's like, going into next season, with Mike Tomlin and the Steelers, everyone's kind of like, it's the same thing every year with the Steelers where, yeah, you have to say they're probably a contender. Like, they have a chance to be a contender. So it's like, you get the Steelers up here, and then it's like going to the next season with the Jets, it's like, all right, they might get 5 wins, 6 wins. So it's kind of two opposite things where I think it's going to be a kind of level headed game where I don't think you're going to really see, oh, this team's like dramatically better than the other. I think it's going to be a shootout. I'm really excited for the season to get going, man. I'm pumped for this new regime and new team. Like even the free agent pickups we had. I know we didn't make any big splashes, but I'm
Yeah,
still excited to see if any of them like turn out the way that you know hopefully can impact us positively. Like I think it will be a great season.
yeah, I'm excited too. I mean, I want to go to a few games for sure. I mean, I want to see how Fields does. I want to see how he do, in my opinion. I want to see him like do good, go out there,
Oh
have
yeah.
a really good season. I mean, if he has if he finds a good year, he's going to be our long term quarterback.
Oh exactly.
And I think Glenn just he completely changed his team around. I mean, you saw what he did with Detroit. He was part of that team that changed Detroit. So I think he could possibly bring that same energy to the Jets and hopefully make us a contender or at minimum a wild card
Oh easily.
team
Yeah.
at minimum.
I think as all of us Jet fans can agree, if we're just in the mix next year, like if I don't have to deal with another disastrous year where it's like we're not even contending, like not even contending like for the playoffs. Like I just want to be there where it's like week 8 going into it. We're either 4-4, 5-3, where it's like what we have a chance this year. Like we could actually slip in the playoffs. The team's having fun. There's not like you look at last season every game we lose, it's like it's always the same thing. It's like, oh, now I got to dread Tuesday because here comes Rodgers on the McAfee show, and it's the same message every week where it's like we got the guys to win. And it's like, well, we're not seeing the results. You know what I'm saying? So it's like having that out the way and just being able to, this is a new team. I think Fields is a great player. I think he's a great person outside of football from what I've read and from what I've heard. And I think he fits New York. And I think sometimes players need, a culture change, a location change. And I'm really hoping that this is the one for him because obviously I live in Illinois, so I've been, when he was on the Bears, I was watching all that, and I always loved him as a player. Like I love his play style. Like I'm a huge fan of the quarterbacks, like the mobile ones that can move and everything. That's why I love Zach Wilson until then I didn't. So I'm hoping Fields could turn out the way that the Jets are looking for him to be, and then like you said, if he could turn into the franchise quarterback, man, that's a win for us.
Yeah, we see Zach Wilson two times this year on the Dolphins. I almost forgot about that.
Mm-hmm.
And he's definitely gonna start some games because I don't think Tua's gonna play all 17 games.
I don't. I respect Tua for I understand it's hard. You don't want to walk away from the game. I'm not gonna make question his decisions. It's just with what he's gone through. I just don't see how he's gonna make it through a full season. Now, if he does, props to him. But it does blow my mind that all these like ESPN analysts and everything have the Dolphins rated higher than the Jets. That does blow my mind.
That's insane. after the offseason they had, I mean, they got rid of Jalen Ramsey,
They had
Jonnu
like
Smith.
they had a disastrous offseason in my opinion. Like almost everything that could have kind of went wrong basically went wrong to them. And it like Jonnu Smith was a top tight end last year. Like if we're just looking at
Exactly.
stats, yeah, he was easily one of the best tight ends last year, and you just lost him. You lost Ramsey, which I don't care what anyone says. Ramsey is still an elite corner, and it's like I understand we didn't make any big splashy moves, but we have the talent and we have a new coaching staff that can hopefully elevate that talent. I guess that's not even me being biased as a Jets fan. Like just as a football fan, like looking at both rosters, like people are making it sound like it's a dramatic switch between the Dolphins and the Jets. I don't think it is.
Yeah, I mean, they lost. I mean, they still got Tyreek Hill, Jalen Waddle. I mean, Tyreek, he's been doing a lot of drama going into
That's what I'm saying.
offseason. I
Like
mean,
their whole offseason's been drama filled with Tyreek Hill. I feel like there's a new article about him every week. Every 1 week he hates the Dolphins, the next week he tells the fans he loves them, he wants to retire there. It's like it just seems so back and forth. So I don't even know what's going on there. But I mean, it's yes, they have talent clearly. Like I'm not saying the Dolphins are a horrible team, but so do us. You know what I'm saying? Like so do the Jets. So I don't think it's a dramatic switch. I mean, obviously the Bills are the Bills. You know, they're clearly going to be the favorites in the division, and I do think the Patriots are going to be a sleeper. I think they had a really good offseason. I think Vrabel is, a very good coach. I think he brings like the same culture Glenn's going to be bringing to the Jets. So I think our division does have a potential to be pretty competitive. Like even the Dolphins, I do think the Jets are going to be better than them, but they could surprise everyone next year too and be a 8, 9, 10 win team. So for the betterment
yeah,
of football, I am hoping our division, everyone elevates to the game. But that blows my mind that when right now, like ESPN and all of them, when they're talking about the Jets, it's just they completely belittle us and make it sound like the Jets are at the bottom and it's the other three. Where it's really realistically the Bills are up here and then the other three are trying to make their way up. That's the way I see it.
yeah. I mean, I see on ESPN they always hate on us. I mean, they don't believe in us at all. So,
Mm,
I mean, it all goes next season. Let's prove them wrong.
exactly. We got it. There's only so much talking you can do. I got to see the results, but I'm
Exactly.
excited for next season, man. I'm pumped.
Yeah, we got to see results.
After all these extensions too, this is huge for us.
Mm. Yeah, I think this could be our year where at least if we even have like 8 or 9 wins, I would say that's that's a way better what I was expecting in my
Yeah,
opinion.
exactly. As long as I'm just looking for a year where we finally exceed expectations. Like I've hated these last couple ones where we're always below the line. Like I want it. We go out there 8 wins, like you said, 8 or 9, and Fields does his thing, and certain players, ball to the level. It's like we can go into the next offseason, looking forward to something. Like that's the biggest thing is just going out there and like exceeding expectations. Like that's all I'm looking for right now. So I'm pumped though. I think obviously the players got to go out there and prove it, but I'm really pumped to see what the Jets can do this year. Soon.
Yeah, I'm pumped too. Congrats to Sauce and Garrett. That again, that's what I gotta say. They got the bag. They got what they deserved. All the hard work panned out. And let's hope for next season we
Mm,
can finally make the playoffs and break that curse.
exactly.
Yeah, we miss you guys. See you next episode. See you next episode. New Era Jets. Peace.